Have you ever been told you're just too nice or, felt completely drained from trying to keep everybody happy all the time? Well, if that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. We're going to talk about the journey from being a people pleaser to really becoming the main character in your own life. And the secret weapon for that? It's boundaries.
So let's just dive right in. On the outside, to everyone else, you look like the hero, right? You're so understanding, always flexible, always helpful. But what's really going on inside? You're exhausted. You feel totally invisible. And maybe, just maybe, you're starting to feel a little resentful. This gap, this huge gap between how you're seen and how you actually feel, that's the heart of the people pleaser's dilemma.
So, what is really going on here? Well, the first big mindset shift we have to make is this. People-pleasing isn't a personality trait. It's not that you're just a super kind person. It's actually a strategy, and it's a strategy that's rooted in fear. Okay, so if it's really all about fear, what's behind that? What's driving it? What are those deep-down anxieties that make us constantly put everyone else's needs way ahead of our own?
Let's pull back the curtain and look at the specific fears that are powering this whole people-pleasing engine. And I want you to remember, as we go through this is not about some personal flaw. It's a survival strategy. It's something you learn to do to navigate your world and feel safe.
It almost always starts here, with this really deep-seated fear of just letting someone down.
And right on the heels of that is this universal fear, right? The fear of being disliked, if people saw the real you, or if you didn't do what they wanted. And then, of course, there's that intense need to avoid conflict at all costs, even if it means completely sacrificing what you need in the moment. And really, it all kind of boils down to this, doesn't it? The fear of being slapped with a label, selfish, or dramatic, or difficult. Basically, it's the fear of taking up space in your own life.
So let's reframe this, because this is so important. People-pleasing isn't just a bad habit. It is a survival strategy. It's a pattern that your nervous system actually learned, a place where getting approval meant you were safe, and where being low maintenance felt like the price you had to pay to be loved.
But here's the thing. This survival strategy has a hidden cost, and it's a big one. When you spend all your time and energy making sure everyone else is comfortable, you are, by definition, making yourself uncomfortable. Let's look at what that really costs you. This quote just says it all, perfectly. You become so focused on managing everybody else's experience of you that your own needs, your own wants, your true self, it all just starts to fade into the background. You literally make yourself disappear. And that gets to the absolute heart of it. You just can't be the main character in your own life if you're always playing a supporting role in everybody else's. It's an impossible contradiction.
So how do you do it? How do you step back into the spotlight of your own life? Well, the answer is boundaries. But before we can even start using them, we have to really understand what they are and, just as importantly, what they are not, because they are probably one of the most misunderstood tools we have.
Let's bust some myths, okay? Boundaries are not aggression. They're not a way to punish people, and they are absolutely not selfish. What boundaries are is a radical act of self-respect. They're about self-protection, and they are a tool for teaching other people how to treat you. I absolutely love this metaphor. Think about it. Walls, they block everything out. They isolate you. But boundaries, they're more like filters. They're designed to let the good stuff in, respect, safety, real connection, while keeping out all the stuff that drains you. Okay, so theory is great, but how do you actually do this? Let's get really practical here with a simple, actionable plan you can start using like today. The process is super simple. First, do not try to fix everything at once. Just pick one small boundary you want to set this week. Second, pick a simple phrase you're going to use. And third, and this is key, prepare yourself for that feeling that's going to pop up, guilt.
And here you go, some incredibly powerful, yet really simple phrases you can just borrow. Notice they're clear, they're kind, and they don't require some long, drawn-out explanation. That doesn't work for me. That's a full sentence. I'm not available for that. Also a full sentence. You don't owe anyone more than that. Now, let's talk about that crucial third step, dealing with the guilt. This is, without a doubt, the hardest part for most people, because your nervous system is just so wired for that old pattern of pleasing everyone. This right here, this is a game changer. You have to reframe what that guilt means. When you set a boundary and you feel that little pang of guilt,
It does not mean you're being selfish or mean. It's the feeling of your brain literally rewiring itself. It's the feeling of growth.
And with every single boundary you set, with every moment you just sit with that discomfort instead of caving, you are teaching your nervous system a profound new truth. I don't have to abandon myself to be loved. My safety and my connection to others does not depend on me betraying myself.
So we'll end with this question. The next time you're faced with that choice, pleasing someone else or honoring yourself, I want you to just pause, take a breath, and ask yourself this powerful question. What does self-respect ask of you in this moment? The answer, that's your guide.